Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? And of course, welcome back to the Sports Lovers. It has been a crazy busy week. I think we've only posted on Monday just because we've kind of been really busy. So sorry for not getting videos out throughout the week. However, in today's video, we, of course, by the title, are going to be predicting the NFL playoffs. We're going to give our full predictions. We're going to break down the bracket. We're obviously going to break down which matchups would go where if we picked this team and stuff like that. And we're giving our full predictions. So, all about the NFL playoffs today. But first, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, turn that bell on as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, next week, I'm not sure what the schedule is looking like just because we're kind of getting back in the swing of things with school and with everything like that. So, with that being said, not sure what the video schedule is going to be looking like for these next couple of weeks. However, keep in mind, we are going to try and post on this channel every single day. One more final thing before we start this video. It is college football playoff day. It's semifinal game day. Notre Dame, Penn State. Going to be a fun one tonight on ESPN. You guys tune in. Also at the Mitchell Center, South Alabama, taking on Arkansas State in a battle for the first place in the Sun Belt. This is going to be a fun one. And if you guys are in the Mobile area and want to check out some hoops, that is definitely the place to be. Especially tonight. Got to pack the Mitch, and it's going to be a fun time. However, with that being said, that's pretty much all the sports news that I got for you guys. So let's go ahead and hop right into these NFL playoffs. All right, we're going to start off on the AFC side of the bracket for you guys with our first game on Saturday. Of course, the Texans going into the Chargers. This is going to be a fun one. Obviously, the Texans are going to be hosting the Chargers. Excuse me, I said going into the Chargers. But the Texans are the 4th seed. They're hosting the 5th seed. I have Los Angeles winning this game. I really do. I like Justin Herbert and I like Ladd McConkey a lot more than I like C.J. Stroud right now. C.J. Stroud has not lived up to the hype of last season when he had his rookie year. With that being said, he still managed to have pretty good numbers throughout the whole NFL regular season. With that said, though, I've got to go with the Chargers. They by far have the better defense. Ladd McConkey, again, has been one of the best rookie wide receivers this year in the NFL. Justin Herbert has been playing really good football right now. So I've got the Chargers winning this game, and I think it's going to be the defense that contains C.J. Stroud and does not allow them to go very far, as I got the Chargers here at home. I got the Chargers here on the road to get the upset win in the divisional. Moving on to our next game in the AFC, of course, we have the prime video game of the weekend, I guess you would say. The Steelers going into the Ravens. It's kind of confusing on this ESPN bracket, so bear with me on that one. However, the Ravens are hosting the Steelers. I've got the Ravens in this matchup. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry have been on fire recently, and if you guys know, the Steelers have been on, I think, a 4-game slump right now, a 4-game losing skid going into the playoffs. Russell Wilson has not been playing pretty good football at all. With that being said, I got to go with the Ravens here. Again, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry have been on point all season long. Derrick Henry leading the NFL, I believe, in rushing yards, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the year. He has been lights out right now. I don't see a team stopping this Ravens team, at least in the first round, as I got to go with the Ravens here to get the win against the Steelers. And the final game here in the AFC, we have the Bills going into the the Bills hosting the Broncos here. Again, very confusing stuff from ESPN. I don't know why they're doing it like this, but we got Josh Allen and the Bills versus Bo Nix and the Broncos in Buffalo. Gonna be a fun one. I still got to rock with Josh Allen, Joe. Josh Allen thrives in the postseason, especially when everyone is doubting him. He's got, I believe, Amari Cooper to throw the ball to. He's got Keon Coleman to throw the ball to. Defensively, you got some studs at the linebacker position for the Bills as well. I think the Bills win this game pretty single-handedly. I really do. And they should definitely win this game on Sunday, as Bo Nix and the Broncos will be eliminated in the first round. All right, moving on to our divisional predictions here. We're just going to go on through the conference and predict who's going to make it to the Super Bowl. In the first game, if you guys don't remember, I had the Texans losing to the Chargers at home in this matchup. Chiefs, Chargers, AFC West divisional matchup. If this one stands, I think I got to go with the Chiefs here. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. I could pretty much keep going on and on. Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie on the defensive side of the ball as well. The Chiefs do have studs, and I think that they will be able to contain Justin Herbert in this hypothetical playoff matchup if this were to happen, as I got the Chiefs here going to the AFC Conference Championship once again. Up next, we have a rematch from week number 4 in the NFL regular season in the playoffs. The Ravens going into Buffalo. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers versus Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, and Keon Coleman in Buffalo. This is going to be a fun, high offensive scoring matchup if you're asking me in this AFC playoff bracket. I really do not know who to pick in this game. It can go either way. If Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry can kind of make some plays against that Buffalo defense, I can see them winning that game. If Josh Allen plays lights out, and we'll probably know this by the end of this weekend, then I can see the Bills winning that game. However, with that being said, what is my prediction? Well, I think the Bills win it. I really do. I think that the Bills beating the Chiefs in the regular season is setting up an AFC Championship game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, and we will talk about that right now. And of course, the AFC Championship game. The winner goes to Super Bowl, I believe 60 now, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong on that one. Don't quote me on that. But the winner goes to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Chiefs, Bills. Gonna be a fun one. I think I'm gonna go with Josh Allen here. I like the Bills roster. I really do. The Bills defense has been playing pretty dang good if you're asking me, and they can most definitely hold Patrick Mahomes here. If the Chiefs win, if you're asking my opinion on this, if they go all the way to the Super Bowl, it's going to be because of luck. It really is. They are the luckiest team in the entire NFL right now, as I got the Bills here making it to the AFC Championship game, and Josh Allen showing why he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, as the Bills will make it to the AFC Championship game. Right, so we got the AFC side taken care of. We got the Bills going to the Super Bowl here in this hypothetical playoff bracket. But what about the NFC side of things? Well, let's talk about the NFC side of things with the first game, of course, going to happen on Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, excuse me. The Eagles hosting the Packers. Well, I don't think Jalen Hurts is playing in this game. I really don't. I think that Kenny Pickett's going to be starting for the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken, which is why I've got the Packers. I know that Jaden Reed is out for the Packers right now, the Packers' top wide receiver, but I still like Jordan Love. I still like Josh Jacobs. I like Jordan Love to get the ball to his playmakers. I like the Packers' defense as well against a very overrated Eagles offense. If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, this Eagles offense would be nowhere near where it is right now. If you're asking me, A.J. Brown has kind of been on the slump these last few weeks, kind of. And if you're asking me, I think the Packers upset the Eagles and move on to the next round in the NFC Divisional. All right, the next game here, of course, on Sunday Night Football, we got a good one. We got the Bucs and Baker Mayfield versus Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. This is going to be a phenomenal game on Sunday Night Football. Can see it going either way. I really can. If Jaden Daniels steps up his game and kind of plays with his poise, I guess you would say a little bit, gets the ball to Terry McLaurin, defense kind of does its job a little bit, I can definitely see the Washington Commanders winning this game. With that being said, Baker Mayfield's experience versus Jaden Daniels' inexperience in the playoffs is where it's kind of going to get me, at least. I think Baker Mayfield and the Bucs walk into Tampa on a mission, especially after losing, I believe, last year in the wild card, or 2 years ago in the wild card. I believe missed the playoffs last year. And, yeah, I've got Bucs, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. They got a lot of playmakers. They got some studs on defense as well. But I got the Bucs here winning this matchup against the Commanders in Sunday Night Football, and it's going to be a fun one. And, of course, the final game of the weekend, the wild card matchup, the Los Angeles Rams hosting the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to be real with y'all. I got the Rams winning this matchup. I really do. For the Vikings, it's going to be all about how Sam Darnold plays. He has been kind of up and down a little bit throughout the NFL regular season, if you're asking my opinion on it. However, with that being said, the Rams, they by far have a little bit better roster, if you're asking me, other than Justin Jefferson, of course. But the Rams, they got Cooper Kupp, obviously. They got Kareem Williams. They got Matthew Stafford, who is playing a lights out right now. I don't want to face this Rams team in the playoffs if I'm any team. I really don't. However, with that being said, I got to go with the Rams here as they will get the win at home against Minnesota in the wild card. All right, so the next game here in the divisional round in this hypothetical playoff bracket predictions, we got the Lions, we got the Packers in the divisional round. I think this is where the Packers' run will come to an end. I think this is where the Lions' defense, the Lions' offense can hit the Packers really well, or really hard, in this matchup. I think that the Lions just have a little bit too much offensive firepower for the Packers defense to kind of handle, if you're asking me. Amon-Ra St. Brown, again, one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. Jared Goff steps up when it's time. As I think the Lions will move on to the NFC Championship game against whoever we predict in the next round. And of course, the next game in this hypothetical playoff divisional series, we got the Buccaneers hosting the LA Rams. This game is going to be really, really fun. I am actually very interested in this matchup if it were to happen. I think I got to go with the Rams here, man. I really like the Rams roster a lot. I really do. I like it more than I like the Bucs roster a little bit. But with that being said, both of these quarterbacks have experience. So this game is going to be a really, really good football game if you're asking me. If you're asking me, I think that the Rams get the upset win here in Tampa, as Tampa's defense will allow the Rams to kind of score a little bit more than the other team. I guess that's the point of football. But you guys get what I'm saying, as I think the offense for the Rams is going to get the job done in this matchup and move on to the NFC Championship. And of course, that brings us to the NFC Championship game between the Lions and, of course, the Rams in this hypothetical playoff bracket scenario. I got the Lions in this one, I really do. Matthew Stafford's return to Detroit, I think it kind of gets to his head a little bit. But, again, this is the NFL we're talking about, so that stuff will kind of affect you. It kind of won't. However, with that being said, the Lions, again, their offensive firepower is where it's going to shoot them in the foot right now. This is all going to depend on how well Jared Goff plays throughout the playoffs. I think he plays really well. I really do. And I think the Detroit Lions make it to the Super Bowl. And we will talk about the Super Bowl right now. And, of course, the Super Bowl in New Orleans. We got the Bills. We got the Lions. I don't know who to pick. Lions looking for their first Super Bowl title. I believe the Bills already have one, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got to go with the Bills, though. I really do. I like Josh Allen. I really do. I like the way that their roster is constructed right now. It is a very good roster, if you're asking me. This is going to be a high offensive game, if you're asking my opinion on this matchup. I think that Josh Allen and the weapons that he has on the offensive side of the ball is what's going to prevail him against kind of a rookie defense for the a very young defense for the Lions here. I think this is where the inexperience gets them. I think the Bills are your 2025 NFL Super Bowl champions. Anyway, of course, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, I'm going to hop off, get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking SEC hoops. We're going to give our predictions for the weekend games that, of course, we normally do. Now that we are getting into conference play, we're starting to get into a little bit more action for you guys on a weekly basis. So we'll see that, and we'll talk about the SEC slate for, of course, this weekend in college basketball. And that is where I'm going to leave it, though, for this video. Again, like, subscribe, turn that bell on, all of that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.